Bella Vista Community Television presents Senior Happenings with our host, Tricia Ayers. Our topic for today is Concordia Retirement Community.
Senior Happenings, and what we are celebrating today is Concordia Retirement Community, which is in the heart of Bella Vista, has a 50th anniversary. I cannot believe that we are celebrating 50 years, and today to discuss that and tell us all the great things that are happening at Concordia, we have Cindee Johnson, who is the marketing director at Concordia and has a long history with Concordia.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, a long, beautiful history.
I do.
And also,
Yes.
you brought along some wonderful people.
I did. I brought along Helen Thomas, who is a resident, and Norvil Lantz, also a resident of Concordia.
So in a little while, we're going to talk about all the beautiful things that it
Yes.
is to live at Concordia.
Yes,
From the
absolutely.
residential point. So Cindee, tell us, 50 years. I cannot believe it's been 50 years.
You know what? We can't either. When you think of 50 years in retirement living, it is truly a milestone. And we have new places popping up all over town, all over Northwest Arkansas. But there's something about Concordia. We are the experienced ones on the block. And we get to reinvent kind of what senior living is. And that's part of our theme for our 50th anniversary. So here's our theme: Diamonds Are Forever, Reinventing the Golden Years in Senior Living.
I love it.
So we're having a blockbuster week, the second week in November. We're going to celebrate just about every day and have different activities, but our colors are black, white, gold, and diamonds.
Oh.
So on one night, we're going to have a gala, which is a formal party that is invitation only. But here's how we're going to start off the week, first of all, so that people can get an idea, a really good idea of the history of Concordia, because there's a lot that went into the planning of Concordia. That's basically what Bella Vista started as. Concordia Retirement. I mean, this is where everyone's going to come and kick up their heels and enjoy the last years of their life. So on Monday, November 14th at 1 o'clock, we're going to go to the Historical Museum in Bella Vista, and you will get an historical perspective of senior living with Concordia's history, but also what the future holds. So we want to go back in history, tell you how it all got started, with the who's, the what's, the where, everything, but then talk about the future, because we do have an excellent future planned with Concordia in the plans. So that's how we start that off. Then, on our property at Concordia, in case nobody knows, we do have independent living. We're on 26 acres of land. So on that 26 acres, if you haven't been there, it's just drop dead gorgeous. The hills, the trees. People, I was telling Trish earlier, the people that have been in Bella Vista for 20 or 30 years, they drive onto our property and they go, I can't believe this is here. This is like the best kept secret, because our property just goes back into this beautiful courtyard. There's trees, there's birds, there's trails, there's everything. So on property we have 4 apartment buildings, 35 townhomes, and an assisted living.
Right.
So and that's called catered living. So independent living and assisted living, and there also is a nursing home on property. We do not own the nursing home. We sold that about 20 years ago. However, the name is still Concordia.
Yes, that gets a little confusing.
And it does get confusing, because people often call us and we say, well, we don't, we're a separate entity. We still work with them occasionally if people need the service, obviously, but yeah, there's no affiliation there except that.
Well, 50 years. Let's go briefly back to the beginning. Who created Concordia, and what did it look like in the very beginning?
I can give you 3 guesses.
Okay.
Who started Concordia?
Let me think about that. Maybe Cooper?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, yes. And his plan and his brother was to start this high-end, they called it back then, retirement living, like a destination place for people to come to. And they chose Bella Vista because it's beautiful. There really wasn't anything on the map there previous. until the Walton family came and helped really develop the area. But that's how it started, a dream. And we have pictures. If you come to the historical presentation on the 14th, you'll see the old pictures and what it looked like. I mean, we had our main building.
Yes.
And then we had the parking lot. And then we had some apartment buildings. And then it just grew from there. It kind of unfolded. And they said, well, why don't we do these cottages, these townhomes? And it all evolved into, also back then they did own all of the property there with the nursing home on it. And there were medical offices there. There was rehab. There was a lot of things going on there, and with the assisted living as well.
Okay.
So that's kind of how it started. And Cooper sold it. It changed hands a couple of different times as owners would go, and then different management companies.
Okay.
So that's part of how it started.
I think one of the unique things also about Concordia and the townhomes especially, it looks like they were individually created for the first residents there.
They were.
Lots of different floor plans.
Absolutely, yep.
Some of them are huge.
They are.
I could bring
They
all
are.
of my household
Yes,
in there.
yes. So typically when someone comes to our community, there is an aspect of downsizing.
Yes.
But to your point, some of our townhomes are up to 2,400 square feet. So they're ginormous. Upstairs, downstairs, we have, yes, so the 2-level and the 1-level. So there's that option. But yeah, back in the day, when they first started building the townhomes, the people that were going to, and it was a buy-in back then, they could literally have say in how their home was going to be created.
Right.
So they got the say. So
Yes.
that's why all the different floor plans, all the different little nooks and crannies, built-in things. So it's kind of fun to see, because everyone kind of thinks that, oh, we have a tailored cookie cut. Not at Concordia.
No.
And they're just beautiful because they're nestled in the trees, so you have views, and you have, beautiful view with
And
a
even
decker
the
patio.
apartments are slightly different.
Yes, we have, there's 6 different floor plans.
Okay, yes.
So we have 1-bedrooms, couple of different 1-bedrooms, 3 2-bedrooms, and then they just get larger from there, and then the 1- and 2-level townhomes.
Yes, there's
Yeah,
a lot of variety there.
There is lots of variety.
Have you yourself been inside every townhouse? And
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I have. I've picked mine out.
You have?
Oh, and there's more than one.
Okay.
But you walk into a place and you kind of feel it and you go, I could live here.
Yes.
I could live here.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to turn my attention. Helen, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate that. Would you tell our audience a little bit about when you moved into Concordia, why you moved into Concordia, and some of the things that people should know about senior living communities that people hesitate to move in. So tell us some of the great things about living at Concordia especially.
I think a lot of it was staff with me, meeting Cindee, and we were like instant friends.
Yes.
But it was in the very beginning of COVID.
Okay.
My husband passed in April and I moved in June 18th. And it was a very confusing time for me. They threw me in a little apartment and said, you got to stay there for 10 days. But that was okay.
Yes.
Because I really wasn't very sociable at that time.
Right.
But I lived there for more than 2.5 years. And then I met somebody that took me out of there and put me into a townhouse.
Oh, right. Wonderful.
Yes.
Did you
Yes.
take a lot of your belongings with you when you first moved in?
No, because my apartment was small,
Okay.
and the moving company kind of mapped it out for me where I could put things. So we just kind of put things where
Oh, that's good.
they fit in, and it was fine. I loved living there. I had my little balcony and my kitchen, a little dining area. I had it all.
Right.
And I was quite comfortable. But after 2.5 years,
Yes.
I was ready to come out of a shell.
Yes.
And he sort of brought me out to leap out of my shell. So it was wonderful. And we live now in a townhome, and it's probably one of the 2,400
Is it
square
really?
feet.
It's
Oh,
a
yes.
big one. It's a big one.
And I was able to put all of my furniture in it. He was able to put all of his furniture in it. We didn't have to get rid of a thing.
Yes, which
So-
is a concern of people
Yes.
when they move.
I've downsized quite a few times over
Yes.
the years, and I didn't want to do it again.
Right. I don't want to do it ever. I think when I'm ready, I'll just close the door to my home and move in somewhere and get new stuff.
That's an
And not
idea.
have to deal.
Gee, why didn't I think of that?
Exactly. Next time you move home.
But Concordia has been wonderful. I mean, we have rides to doctor's appointments. We can take a bus to Walmart. We can take a bus to Allen's or Harps or Dollar Tree if we wanted to. They go on little trips around the countryside, wherever you
Yes.
know anybody has an interest in going.
Right.
But it's the caring that has really impressed me. I've had a great deal of care from
Yes.
everybody there, and dining room is wonderful, and it's a very nice social time.
Oh,
And
you folks are always, there's always a party or a gathering or an event.
Yes.
Every time I go to drop things off, there's something going on.
Oh, yes.
It really is. It's
Many,
super
many things.
social.
Yeah.
Super social. So, Norvil,
Yes,
how are you, sir?
I'm great. How about you?
So, tell me a little bit about why you moved into Concordia.
Well, I lost my wife last November. I've been there for a year now in
Yes.
Concordia. And at the time, my daughter was with me, and we looked around at different places. I didn't want to go back to the house.
Yes.
Too many ghosts there. So we looked around at different places, and nothing really caught my fancy. You know, I walked into Concordia, and the first thing I know, I've been here for 26 years in the village, and I've done a lot of things. I was commander of the American Legion Post. I've been involved in clubs and fly tires and this and that and the other. So, you know, I've known a lot of people around here. I walked into Concordia, and the first thing I met someone I know, and we're talking.
Yes.
I went into the office and we talked to the lady that was actually there before before Cindee came out. And she said, "I'll show you the apartments." And I walked out of the apartments, and here comes someone else I know, and we're talking, you know.
Yes.
And we go a few feet, and here's somebody else, and I'm talking to them. And she said, "If you don't stop meeting people you know, we're never going to see these apartments." So we went and we saw the apartments, and she said, "This one is apartment is, you know, it's going to be open. You could have it." And I looked at it, and it was on the 3rd floor, and it was a nice big 2-bedroom apartment, and the whole side of it was like windows, you know. And I'm out in the treetops, you know, and the squirrels and the birds are running, you know, and she called it my penthouse, you know. I called it my tree house, but you know, but I went into kind of a shell because, you know, I lost my wife, and I just, you know, I'm all by myself.
Yes.
I've never been by myself before, you know, and I was lonesome. I was getting depressed. And one day I was sitting down in a little alcove we have there, and this fantastic lady came out and sit down in a chair with me, you know, and I was reading a book, and I kept looking at her, you know, and I thought, nah, she's way above my pay grade. So, but I you know, I had a conversation with her, and started up a conversation with her. We're comfortable with each other, you know,
Yes.
and everything. And one thing led to the other, and first thing you know, we're a couple. So, which is just terrific as
love
far as I'm
that.
concerned.
Yes.
I couldn't be happier. But Concordia is a place, you know, you can be as free as you want to be, or you can do what you want to do. I mean, it's not like they tell you what to do, or you're tied down or anything. You can do what you want to do, and you can get as involved as you want to get involved. I mean, there's all kinds of things to do.
Right.
I mean, if you can't find something to do, then there's something wrong with you. You know, there's, you know, you just don't have any interest in doing anything if you can't, because there are all kinds of things to do, and you can get involved. And people are friendly there. You know, you love the resident. You just get to love the residents. You know, and the staff is great.
Yes.
You know, they are great. You know, I walk in the door. You know, and hi Norvil. You know, and it's nice to kind of, you know, to be greeted and to be known and to have that
Yes.
genuine love that, you know, that these people have for you. You know.
You're so right,
yeah.
yes. And even as a person coming in to do business or drop things off, I'm always greeted so nicely.
Oh yeah.
So nicely. It's such, you're right, it's such a welcoming atmosphere,
Yeah.
which sometimes you don't get as you step onto the
And they're a
threshold.
huggy bunch over there too.
Are they really?
Oh yeah.
He's all about
I
hugs.
haven't experienced that yet.
Oh, have you?
Oh,
I need to
Three
go back.
things that are important to me now
Yes.
at my age, you know, is hugs and naps and the bathroom.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for taking our show
You're
to
done.
that level,
That's okay.
Norvil. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I'm glad we can provide one of those services.
Exactly, exactly. But that is so wonderful to hear that. I think sometimes people think when they move into any kind of senior community, whether it be independent and even assisted, and I know assisted can sometimes be just for medication related, that they feel like, okay, my life has stopped now.
Right.
And that is so wrong. There are relationships to be had, there are new experiences to be had, and I really think it's important that we share that with our seniors kids,
Yes.
that this is just another stage in your wonderful life. And as Norvil said, you can do as much as you want to. At Concordia, you can be involved, or if you are not super social, you can isolate yourself a little bit, but you have that security of knowing that people are there to help you if you need help. I know one thing, if you would talk about, Cindee, is we want people to stay in independent a lot longer.
Yes.
And so you offer a service at Concordia where if it is medication or just some little things where you would maybe have to move to assisted before,
Right.
you don't have to now. You
Right.
can get that assistance, right? That's a fairly new program over the last couple of years.
Yes, it's called our concierge services.
Right.
So we have a lady there that's the director, and she has caregivers underneath her. So yes, our goal is, and I think every senior's goal is, to stay independent for as long as
Absolutely.
possible. But sometimes there might be, let's say, a surgery come up or an injury, and oh, I need some help, you know, maybe getting in and out of the shower, or I'm going out of town and I need somebody to walk my dog. They will literally do whatever it takes to
Right.
help these people along and to keep them independent. Now, let's say there's maybe some signs of dementia, you know, mix up on meds. We can help do that as well.
Right.
We can do extra laundry. We can do extra transportation. We can do personal shopping. We can do companionship. So whatever the needs are, it's like a personal care plan
Right.
for the individual to see what their needs are and keep them. Who wants to move again at this stage? You know,
No.
you want to stay in your home as long as you can.
I just did. I don't want to do it
Yeah,
again.
Right.
yeah, moving is
Yes.
a big feat, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, so we're very proud of that program, and it has helped countless people to stay right where they are for as long as they can. And they can stay there through the end of life.
Yeah,
Yep.
hospice come in.
Hospice can come in, yep. We've had it happen on different occasions, and it's worked well.
Right. I mean, we are all moving in that direction.
Yes.
Nobody's getting out of that. So,
And I'm glad you brought up earlier about the misconception of, well, if I go to independent living, I'm giving up my rights. I'm giving Norvil, you know, he pointed out, you can do whatever you want. It's just like home. And what I tell people when I'm inviting them to come and tour and have lunch or come to an event, just come and experience our community. Just give us that much, and 99.9% of the time people see, this is different, this isn't what I thought, I'm not getting put away, I'm not, you know,
Right.
I can really thoroughly enjoy a quality of life.
right.
So that's key, that's key.
And you
We
have,
want people to be happy.
of course.
Happy,
Yes.
happy, happy.
Yes. And
You've
you have
earned,
a wait list right now.
We do. We are full and we have a wait list, and
That's-
we're really proud of that.
That is
We've
exciting.
worked hard to get there, but we stand out from others because of our, and I'm going to go back to his hugs, but we do, I can say every leader there loves what they do.
Yes.
And we consider it a calling. We are called to this generation, and it shows. And when you walk in the door, there is something different.
Right.
It just, we exude. We call it a tub of love.
And one thing we want to say is, we love Concordia. It may not be for everybody,
Right,
but
right.
we want you to get out there and visit the different locations, visit the different communities, so you have a sense of what your next step is going to be. As I said, we love Concordia. We love the atmosphere there. We're not saying it's for everybody,
Right.
but we want you to come in and experience it, and it may be perfect for you. So, but Cindee, tell us some more.
Okay, so
About our 50th?
Yes, that's a great segue into an opportunity so you can come to see and
Yes.
experience Concordia. And this is going to happen on Wednesday, November 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. And it's called For Your Eyes Only, and it's a passport party. So what this
Tell
is,
us what that is.
yes, you're going to get a passport, okay? And on the passport, we have different stations on property. We have the library, the gym, the lounge, a townhome, the dining room, the outside pergola, our upstairs all-purpose room, the hair salon. So you get to go experience, find out all of these different areas, what they're like, and then you get there's a little box here, and once you've visited that, there's a little X that goes in there.
Oh, okay.
Then at the end of the night or throughout the week, you can bring this back, visit anytime, and your name, number, address is on here, and we're going to do a drawing, and you'll get a prize. If your little passport is full, you get a prize. And we've got some really good prizes. We've got $100 gift card to Texas Roadhouse, $200 gift card to Walmart, $100 gift card to Amazon. Who doesn't like to shop on Amazon?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, these are good prizes. But this is we call it like a passport experience, but also an open house. So this is open to the public, okay? We're going to have door prizes and food and fun and music and all this stuff. So you get to come have a party and really open to the public.
Right.
We're putting it in the newspaper, on the TV stations, everything.
Good.
Well, and here we are talking about it.
Heard it here first,
So,
folks.
that's right.
And you have
guys got the first.
sponsors for your
Yes,
main event.
we do.
Yes?
Yes, and I'm so grateful for the sponsors that have contributed, but we have different levels because we're having a invitation-only gala on the Friday night of the week. And the different levels are bronze for 100, silver's 250, gold 500, and platinum is 1,000. And they come with many perks.
Yes.
So there's going to be advertising on TV, social media. You're going to have be able to do a presentation at Concordia on your business. Lots of different things. But is it okay to name some of the
let's name
people?
some names.
Let's name some names that have given.
Let's put it out there.
Todd Watley, Elder Law, is a platinum sponsor.
Fancy that.
Lighthouse Group, Young's Moving, State Farm Insurance, the Bella Vista POA. These are all platinum. We had a goal to get a certain amount of platinums. We got them. Home Helpers, and they've donated. But there's local businesses in Bella Vista: Combs Dental, Yost Eye Care, Pampered Chef, Allen's Food, Harps has contributed,
Wow.
Liberty Bank, Circle of Life, and I'm not finished yet. So
Wow,
there will be more. But it's so nice because they're going to that's helping with expenses.
Absolutely.
The entertainment, the decor, we want to do it up big.
Right.
This is a big deal.
I'm
This
so
is
excited.
a big deal. I know.
I'll be there.
So
With our office, I'll
you
be
will.
there.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
shimmy into our
That's right.
sequined stuff, maybe.
The only other thing I didn't mention is our catered living on Tuesday, November 15th. The time is going to be announced, but it will definitely be during the day sometime. We're going to do an open house for our catered living because not a lot of people know what assisted living is, and ours is very homey and welcoming, and you just get this warm, cozy
Yes.
feeling when you walk in. But we're doing a tiki lounge theme we just came up with that, and so it's all going to be decorated
Nice.
at this tiki lounge,
Nice.
and it's the residents will love it, I know. But it's a time again for the public to see what Concordia is all about on the assisted living level. So
Thank you. So really,
Yes.
it's all about education. Go out there, get the information. Use this
Yes.
opportunity to get information for yourself, for a neighbor, for a family member. Educate yourself. We need
Yes.
so much more senior education so people can make good decisions.
Yes.
And we want to see you at the 50th anniversary events. Cindee, how can people find? Is there a website, or where will this information be posted?
You can actually call, we're going to put it in the paper, the Vista Weekly and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. So the passport will be advertised for that party on Wednesday, the 16th from 2 to 5. But you can call 479-855-3714. Ask for myself or the front desk. Jeannie, our receptionist, can help you. And we'll give you all the information.
All right, thank
Yes,
you.
you're
That was a
welcome.
lot of information.
It was, yes.
A lot of information, but we're very excited. Thank you, Helen,
Thank
for
you.
coming. Thank you, Norvil, for
Thank you
coming.
for inviting us.
Oh my goodness, this is wonderful, and Cindee, as ever,
Thank
great
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Spreading the joy and the love of Concordia Retirement Community. 50-year anniversary. They look a little better than I do for 50 years. A few more facelifts and I'll be there. So thank you for joining us on Senior Happenings, and we will see you next month with another interesting topic. Thank you so much.
You have been watching Bella Vista Community Television. Thank you for joining us.